Both presidents agreed to retreat to President Mnangagwa's farm, where they will engage in a relaxed environment and outside of the constraints of presidential formality protocol. Over and above the planned meeting, the president was interested in learning how President Mnangagwa is assisting local farmers in the area that neighbor his farm. As the presidency, we've noted with concern the reports that have since surfaced following this visit by the president to Zimbabwe, identifying an individual who is a person of interest to our law enforcement, who was also present during the visit. President Ramaphosa had no prior knowledge of who will be present during the visit, nor was he familiar with the said individual. The president flew to Zimbabwe for a meeting with his counterpart and nothing else. The president will further encourage our law enforcement agencies to continue with pursuing the matters that are under investigation involving these individuals or individual, and to do so with no fear or any form of hesitation.
They were supposed to have their own discussions. What we should discuss as human beings, one is we can do marches, we can do protests, it's not a problem. To me, the problem comes when you are now protesting, you are going to an Indian shop, taking something and say, no, you are accusing them. No, they are selling us outdated goods. If they are selling outdated goods, let's tell our community, guys, don't go and buy there. By the end of the day or by the end of the week, he did not have any sale. Automatically, he's going to withdraw from that business and go. But what do we do? Because we are filled with hatred. And when we are filled with hatred, what normally happens is that I just go to a weak point, a soft target that I know that it's not going to hire police. I go and destroy and smash that person. That's why I'm saying the problem with everyone is respect of human life. If you respect human life, you will never engage in silly things. I'm not saying don't do marches. I'm saying the marches are okay. You can protest to any kind of government. I don't care. The issue that I am against, killing people because he comes from another country, right? Why do I have to kill someone? If there is a problem, let me report this person to Home Affairs. Let me report to SAPS. You have got phones. You have got everything at your disposal to report the illegality. But what do? We beat. Because he's not from our country. He's not from, he's not ours. Oh, he's not like this. We will not solve any problem. You can kill whoever you kill, right? But the problem will remain, right? And I want to say this. Do you know that some years ago, people in another country used to kill other people and say, no, it's okay. Do you know where it ended? They end up killing each other because they were no longer those people that they were killing. Because they were chased, went to wherever. A bad behavior is a bad behavior, no matter how you want to make it. I don't support nonsense. If you doubt me and say, no, but if I can bring even $2 trillion, forget. If I am poor, I will die poor. As long as my principles are okay, I don't have a problem. As long as my integrity is okay, I don't need your money. I am coming here to these spaces. I never had a day where I said, Baba, you know what? Time, young super. 1, 2, 3. No, I came here on my own. So don't ever come to a point of saying, oh, you know what? Oh, that one is like this. Oh, that one doesn't like what we. No. The moment you kill a human being, with me, if we were friends, don't forget about it, calling me, talking to me, and whatsoever. Why? Because there are some of the things that are not even good to do. If you are going to kill that foreigner, what are you going to benefit? Do you think there are people who have bewitched, even some of our mothers were killed? Oh, she's good at being, she's a good farmer. Did that person wake up tomorrow and become a good farmer? No. Why? Something that is in your blood is in your blood. If you don't have it, work for it. If you can't have it, accept and maybe pray to God rather than killing people for nothing, because you think the sense of entitlement should be rooted out in ourselves. Sorry, Baba. Do you want me to stop?
Said 1 minute to land here.
Even if you want now, myself, I don't have a problem. But since you gave me 1 minute, let me say this. I don't think it's good. Let's have protests. Let's have whatsoever that we have. Frustrations and everything can be expressed nicely, but don't kill any African. Don't kill even any European. If there is a problem, the courts are there. That's why they are there. The police are there. That's why they are there. If there is the issue of terrorism, the soldiers are there. They deal with that. So let's not reduce ourselves to a point where we start to confront each other and fighting each other for nothing. If there are people who are illegal, they report them. Home Affairs is there. Metro Police is there. Whoever is there, they can even facilitate this process to be a smooth one. So I don't know. I'm just giving it to everyone to say, guys, everyone has got a problem. You don't have a job. Someone doesn't also have a job. It's because of the economy. It's because of the leaders who are doing what they are doing, right? You can see someone stole 2 billion, someone stole whatsoever. Majanga right now is running. They are talking about big sums of money. They're not talking about this job that you're talking about. We are going to get 200 per day or 300 per day. They are talking about billions that were stolen by those who are in power. You don't have power, but you are busy trying to beat someone who is going to help you with a meal today if you don't have a meal. Someone where you go and even borrow a matches to light your candle or your whatsoever. That is the same person that you are destroying, you are beating, you are killing. And after killing him, oh, you know what? After destroying these shops that you're saying, no, they are for Pakistans. Guys, if you are not an entrepreneur, you are not an entrepreneur. If you are just machingelani, you are machingelani. Accept your status and work from there.
Yeah. Thank you, Ngoma Champion. Yeah.
Thank you, Scott. Just give me 30 seconds. If you are whatever, accept your condition so that you can be able to work for the next point. You can't say, I want to be a manager, I want to be Nduna, when you don't have any qualification. Well, how are you going to be promoted? Who is going to speak to you? What subject master do you have? Nothing. But you want to be Nduna. Nduna of what? Of stupidity. I think sometimes I get surprised. I get surprised because the behavior of our people it's quite alarming and appalling. Why do I have to kill a human being? For what? He doesn't have a job. What can I do? I can teach privately. I can consult. I can do whatsoever. There are lots of jobs that you can do on your own without even killing anybody. There's no need to kill anybody. There's no need to be jealous. Jealousy comes from laziness. And when you're lazy, jealousy, what is the next thing? You kill. And you think tomorrow you're going to assume to be a teacher, to be a lecturer, to be whatsoever. You will not be.
Yeah.
So this issue of fighting whoever, because he's foreign and whatsoever, I don't see it getting anywhere. Actually, myself, I am that kind of a person say, oh, let them kill everyone that they want to kill. By the end of the day, when poverty starts to come in your body, and when you start to suffer and ask questions, I want to appear there and say, you were killing foreigners and thought you are going to get a job. Where is that job? Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Mkoma Champion. We'll give you another second round. Madua, let me go to Black Knight, then it come to you, then after you, then we go to Mercy, then after Mercy, then we go to is it Cappuccino or Cappuccino? Yeah.
Hey, Citizen's Voice, I've been raising my hand, man. Hey?
Okay, I'll give you opportunity after Mercy or Black Knight, yeah. Just give one person or two person, then I'll come to you, my brother. Kapachi. Black Knight, go ahead. You've been dropping your network.
Yeah, it is really acting up, and I don't know how you're gonna be with me here. It's raining cats and dogs here, but yeah, I will try my level best to say as much as I can. Yeah, I'm actual of the different opinion. You see, it's unfortunate. I see this situation in a different way. I don't concur with many. I don't know, maybe if out there's someone who share the same views. To me, it's like, we can't blame the South Africans the way they are acting right now. Unfortunately, we can't do so because we also should understand what they are subjected to. In as much as I know that no two wrongs can make a right, but you need to understand that they are subjected to dire circumstances where they are left with no choice. It is now them not knowing how to deal with their own government, with their own institutions, and then likewise, and then they have to deal with us foreign nationals in their countries. And someone has mentioned the other foreign nationals who are white as well. Maybe for many years, they've been struggling to deal with those as well. And we are adding on top of the problems. You see, the unfortunate part, we might then turn out to be the weaker link. You see, and it was also unfair for us to then give them the criteria or the list on which problem they are supposed to attend to. You see, like we have that right. You see, we can't be there and say, before you come to us, black foreign nationals, why don't you first attend to white foreign nationals? We can't do that. You see, it is up to them, and it is a problem. Get me right. It's not like I'm failing to acknowledge the severity of the problems, challenges that now goes even beyond South African borders. You see, the unfortunate part is we can't have problems in Zimbabwe, problems in Malawi, problems in Mozambique, problems in as far as Nigeria up there, and I don't know, other African countries there in the East, Kenya, whoever, DRC and all those. And then we burden South Africa now to be the solution to the problems that all these respective countries are faced, or the people from those respective countries are faced with. And then South Africa now has to be the solution for all. Hence, South Africa has its own problems within South Africa that they are failing to deal with. Right now, they don't know what they're going to do with their own government. And then we expect them to be accepting someone who is running from economical challenges from Zimbabwe, from DRC, from Nigeria, and all that. Guys, let's be sincere. It's really a burden. It's really a burden. So what I may say, in a different view, what I'm seeing is maybe South Africa is starting something that will spark a true revolution to emancipate the children of Africa. That is us. Because if they then maybe be using a force to push back, and maybe we all go back in our respective countries and face the monster that we call government today, for them to start doing the correct thing. Nobody would be worrying about issues of migration, immigrants, and all that. Look, Europe is one good example, because I think in Europe, these people enjoy mutual benefits as they move from one country to the next. That's why they can have a borderless policy in there, because the structure of their economy, they pretty much is of mutual benefits to all countries in that region. Unlike here, we can't speak of that, guys. Because the question then at the end of the day, what is really South Africa benefiting from Zimbabwe? I mean, as people, you and I, not at a government level, because those are few individuals and those cannot be a representative for all of us because they have failed in those offices, right? And lastly, I just think it's so sad now that this conversation has to be between you and I, the commoners, the ordinary people in the streets who are suffering, who are down here, and then way up there. We have never really seen a diplomatic engagement containing the porous borders and how South Africa is burdened. And these people are not sincere. That's just the unfortunate part of it. You hear that Ramaphosa is in Zimbabwe. He's busy interfering with ZANU-PF internal affairs. Instead of him go on a diplomatic visit, what shall we do about the border situation? What must we do about your people who are now rising in numbers day by day? You know, coming here in South Africa, seeking medical attention and all that. You know, let alone to speak of South Africa, not even the regional board is addressing these issues. Not even SADC, not even all the countries collective in the region are even attending to these issues. I don't know if maybe they are attending to this in the back doors or where we don't get to hear about this conversation. But all we hear is people visiting one another for personal interest, and they call each other friends and all that. On what basis? You see, so we actually understand, in as much as we want to value human life, in as much as we say let a crime be treated as a crime, unfortunately, being in a foreign country undocumented also constitutes a crime. But it's just unfortunate that now the way people are going about it, I think it's because the responsible authorities are not doing their jobs. Do you think if the Home Affairs in South Africa was sincere and was at par and 100% doing their job, do you think you would see a citizen asking another citizen for documents? I don't think so. Do you think if the police was sincere to this whole cause, or the government was really sincere to deal with these problems, would you think you would see any South African going around or mobilizing to go around and ask people documents? I don't think so. So, not that I want to speak on behalf of South Africa. We also have problems in Zimbabwe, which I think we have dealt with this problem in a different way. We have just turned our backs and we had somewhere to run to. You know, most of us, we just run to South Africa or somewhere else, which I think it's more speak to how coward we can be, you know, on our party. But yeah, should we maybe have nowhere to run? Maybe we'll rise and face our own government. Maybe they will do the correct thing, because I'm under the impression that the Zimbabwean government and the Zimbabwean people and the Zimbabwe as a country, it has got full capacity, you know, to do the right thing, you know, and it is a resourceful country to actually have everything that can stop people from running away from this country. Yeah, in 30 seconds, I will end, Scotty. You see, I'm speaking of even building proper functioning health facilities, you know, coming up with proper systems that will just make people stay, you know, and contribute to the economy of their countries. We do have this capacity, but we don't want to tackle problems such as our corrupt government officials who are benefiting the entire country's check. You know, it's in the pockets of few individuals. If we are to count them head by head, they won't even sum up to 200. And these are just government officials. You see, that's just an unfortunate part of it. So we are faced with similar problems with South Africa. You know, they have a government problem they want to deal with. Those few individuals